All right, let's have a look and see what we can look for to talk about today on the show. Paris Saint-Germain I thought they wanted to buy him. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, we need money, so I can understand. Kevin Campbell rates Arsenal target. Okay. I'm pretty sure this story came out before. Oh, let's see what OR says. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. That's progress. Okay. What else? Yeah. Kind of knew that. That was the big story of the day. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah. Arsenal, eh? All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Guna Eagle Eye coming to you again with a brand new video. This time it is Eagle Eye, the Transfer Rumour Show, where I talk to you about rumours and news surrounding the Arsenal. I hope you guys are all well. Doing me a big favour. I'm gonna need it. I'm about to polish the rest of this off. Let me tell you. Please do stick a like on this video. I'm gonna need cheering up, and whenever you guys kill it with the likes, I always do cheer up. So make sure you stick a like on the video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We are 1,120 away from 10K. We are moving, people. We are moving. So let's please continue getting those numbers up, because around about 30% of you that watch this still aren't subscribed. If I can get 10% of that to subscribe, I might get a hell of a lot closer to 10K. So please do hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. All right, let's just talk about this damn story. All right, Emi Martinez is set for a move to Aston Villa. We knew that Aston Villa, in fact, I reported maybe 2-3 days ago that Martinez was waiting to see if he would be chosen as number one for the Fulham game, and that would dictate his decision as to whether or not he wanted to stay at Arsenal. And it seems as though he's had some sort of indication from Arteta that he will not be starting that Fulham game. And subsequently, he has agreed a 4-year deal with Aston Villa, set to be in the region of about £60,000 a week. And yeah, it's just a case of Arsenal waiting for Villa to match their asking price. Supposedly, Villa's most recent offer was in the region of £17.5 million. Arsenal are looking for 20. They believe they'll get that 20, and then they will release Emi Martinez. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Straight up, I'm quietly devastated about this. I am. You guys know I think that he's the better keeper out of him and Leno. And I think this is a huge mistake. A huge mistake. When there was talk over offering Martinez and Ainsley Maitland-Niles a new contract, I'll be honest with you guys, I quietly resigned myself to thinking that we will lose at least one of these guys. Well, I'm going to now change that prediction. I think we will end up losing both because I've got this strange feeling. That Arsenal will opt to keep Hector Bellerin and would rather sell Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Because I think this decision proves that to me. Now, just to show you I'm fair in the way I think, and I'm open to criticism and I'm open to criticizing myself in the way I think, let me try and be as objective as possible, right? In that I accept that we cannot have a player dictate to a manager whether they are number one or not. I fully accept that. I fully accept that if Emi Martinez had a conversation with one of my boys about this on a group chat. If Emi Martinez walked up to Arteta and was like, listen, am I playing this weekend or what? Right? And that conversation went along the lines of, listen, you got the shirt at the moment, but I can't guarantee you that you are number one. I completely understand saying, all right, well, if that's the case, and if you can't accept that, we've got an offer here. It's up to you. We want to keep you. But quite frankly, if you want to go, provided they match what we're looking for, you can go. I can understand that thought process. I can. Very reluctantly, but I can. I can understand it because you can't have players willy-nilly saying, well, I'm going to leave unless you guarantee me a spot. You can't. It's not practical. And this is someone who believes that Martinez is a better player, who's earned the right to play games. Having said that, maybe I'm trying to make myself feel better. I accept it. But I like to be objective. I like to poke holes even in my own arguments, just to show people I can look at things in both ways, right? Now, if that was the rationale, I reluctantly support it. I'll even go one step further. If you said to me, and you held a gun to my head, and you said to me, all right, Chris, Arsenal must sell one of these two players, right? Emi Martinez or Ainsley Maitland-Niles, right? I know you don't want to part with any of them. We must part with one of them in order to get a Thomas Partey and a War. You can choose. Who would you want it to be? They both will fetch around the same money. So you can choose. Who would you rather it would be? Martinez or Ainsley Maitland-Niles? I would honestly be lying to you if I said I'd rather Ainsley Maitland-Niles win. I'd be lying to you. I'd be totally lying to you. So that just shows you, and I wanted to get that nice and clear and out the way, that I can poke holes in my own arguments where possible. I can. I absolutely can. Because I've made 2 points that show you I'm a clear thinker and I have I can build rationale into the way people think, even if I don't necessarily agree with it. But man, oh man, I can't help but think this is a huge mistake. This feels like a huge mistake. Mind you, I wouldn't have necessarily sold Leno either. I just don't understand why you can't keep both and have them push each other. And sit down with Martinez and because for me, all these little speeches around the final amount to one thing. He wants to feel like he belongs. He wants to feel like he's wanted. He strived and powered his way through for the last 9 to 10 years from being number 4 goalkeeper, being a forgotten man, to being number 1 and winning a trophy. To me, all you got to do is nurture this guy's ego. But it feels like they had a quick conversation with him and was like, boy, well, we need someone to leave and generate 20 million for us. Do you want to be that guy? And then he sat down there like, well, cool, then I'll go. And for him to already agree with Villa, and my man's not asking for the world as well. My man's agreed a 60 grand, a £60,000 contract to go to Aston Villa. I'd even understand if it was Leeds. They have an Argentinian manager. Leeds are a big club. Villa are not a small club, but flipping heck. You want to go Villa? You're that desperate to leave and become a number one somewhere. You want to go to Aston Villa? Oh, I just feel like we're making a huge misstep, and I don't like it. I don't feel comfortable with it. But it is where it is. It's looking like Villa are close to getting an agreement with Arsenal. Emi Martinez has already agreed a fee, so prepare yourself. He ain't starting against Fulham. He probably ain't even going to be on the bench against Fulham. Right? So I hope Leno is actually fit, like Dr. Say is, because if he ain't, talk about shooting yourself in your own foot. I just feel like, for me, man, I don't like this. And I see the justifications from people. People are telling me, oh, this is Arsenal being ruthless. No. If Arsenal were being ruthless, they would have told Martinez what he wanted to hear. Tell him he's number one. Keep him as number one. He's earned his number one spot. He hasn't made a mistake. And people will give all kinds of reasons for that. You know, Ola very intelligently on my show a couple of months ago said, and he agrees, he thinks Martinez should be number one, but he made a counterbalance argument. He said, you know what, maybe you can make an argument that we don't know how Martinez would be in front of a crowd. He's come in a very kind of unique situation and has done well. And I took his point because I thought it was a good point. But I'm also a massive believer in the merit system. One of my biggest annoyances about Mikel Arteta is my man swooped in here and talking about you're not going to get a place on reputation, that if you are, you know, people going to play people that are playing well and that deserve to play. I find that coaches that say it, it's just lip service. No, did you notice Gareth Southgate was another one that used to spit that bullshit before he went into that role? What does Gareth Southgate do now? Ultimately, he picks whoever he wants to pick. Mikel Arteta does the same thing. He picks ultimately whoever he feels like picking. Martinez deserved his spot. He deserved his spot. And Issy, bless you. Thank you for your donation. I see it flashing up. Thank you. We're going to regret losing Emi as number one. We're going to regret losing Emi. Should be number one. I agree with you. But if I'm also going to counterbalance my own argument, we cannot have. Yeah, I know. He's not the first team coach. He's now the head coach of Arsenal Football Club. But you know, if I'm going to counterbalance my own thing, we can't have players dictate when or if they should be number one. So this is going to be a painful one. And we knew in this transfer window, there'll be at least one painful sale. I think most people assumed that I certainly did, that would be Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I'll be truthful to you guys. I still think he'll go. I have no information on that. I still think he'll end up going because Arsenal, for some deranged reason, would rather trust the humanitarian over a kid that is making progress. I genuinely can see that happening. I'm convinced he leaves the club. I'm convinced. I have no extra knowledge on that, but I don't like wishing time away, but I'm eagerly looking at October 5th, praying I don't see an Ainsley Maitland-Niles story. Praying and hoping I see a Hector Bellerin story. And I'll come to Hector in a minute because there was a new development today. Right? But I just feel like, for me, I just hoped that we could at least convince him to stay, to Emi Martinez, that is, to stay one more year, get him to play enough games, and then get him to agree to a new contract. That was my secret hope. But I knew deep down that when they started talking about all this new contract for Emi Martinez, new contract for for Enzi Maitland-Niles. In my mind, I was looking at both stories, thinking to myself, nah, one of these two are going, and it's Martinez. But like I said to you guys earlier, if you held a gun to my head, honestly, and this is just me being real, if you held a gun to my head and you said to me, you're losing one of these players, they both will fetch 20 million. That's what we need to complete both of these deals. Pick who it's going to be. And I'm looking at both guys. Honestly, it'd be Martinez that has to go. I think Enzi Maitland-Niles is too useful for us in too many different ways. And to be honest with you, I think both players are improving, but I think Enzi Maitland-Niles' ceiling, quite honestly, is much bigger. That's just my personal opinion. What do you guys think? Let me put the question and flip the question to you guys. You had to lose one of them, Martinez or Enzi Maitland-Niles, for no other reason other than you guys need 20 million from somewhere. Who would you part with? Alex Gomez, if he sold to procure Partey, then good move in my opinion. I expected you to say that, brother, because you're quite a practical thinker, so I figured. Thank you for your donation. So just going through some of the comments, I think a lot of people seem to agree so far. They seem to agree. Anyway, it is what it is. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat room. You guys are active. Please do stick a like on this video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's keep it moving. All right, let's talk about Aouar. Obviously, you saw me earlier in my little skit about Aouar, that it looks like Aouar has finally said something amidst all this speculation. And actually what he's come out to say is that he's come out to say that he wants to leave Lyon. The thing that people are neglecting, I also saw a story today that Man City have officially entered the race for Houssem Aouar. This is the thing that people are not paying attention to. You know, Barcelona are taking a peek at Houssem Aouar after they complete the Depay deal and obviously sell some players that are still on the books. We ain't got a lot of chances of getting this guy, in my opinion. You guys can see why I'm not excited. I'm not excited because I refuse to allow myself to get excited when we eventually fail with this deal. But to be fair, on the flip side, and someone else said this to me in my comments, quite honestly, I've not seen anyone else. Sorry, I'm not seeing him say he doesn't want to come to Arsenal. And that's a fair point. He's not said he doesn't want to come. And I think if you're Arsenal, all you can do is keep knocking on the door, keep talking to the agent, keep talking to the club in the hope that a deal gets done. But our window for closing out that deal is closing rapidly. I did say, as soon as I saw that Messi weren't coming to Man City, in my mind, I thought, oh, shit. Because now if you're City, you change tack. And you think to yourself, all right, cool. Who's available that's up and coming and then can do a David Silva role? Houssem Aouar. So I say, guys, tread carefully. Don't get too hopeful with this one. But I'm hoping to be proved wrong. I am hoping to be proved wrong. But he has at least officially told Lyon that he wants to leave. So, and Lyon have already kind of quietly accepted that he will go. Remember, they need to make a sale to keep themselves afloat. They have no European football next season. So, quite frankly, they need the money. So, we'll see what happens. Matteo Guendouzi, as you guys know, I think I spoke about this yesterday. Juventus are very much keen on a swap deal with Julian Draxler. I'd actually rather almost any other player that they have. Almost any other player. I'm sorry, I didn't rate this guy too tough when he was at Schalke. But at least at Schalke, he was showing some kind of bits of form. But this guy this season, this past season that's just gone, He had 4 assists, no goals, barely featured. I mean, even, sometimes I like to take the piss out of Everton and say, this is an Everton type sign. This ain't even a West Ham type of signing. I don't want no piece of Julian motherfucking Draxler. I would rather keep Matteo Guendouzi, quite honestly. But what do you guys think? Let me know. Leave it in the comments below. Alexandre Lacazette. So, you know what? Let me pause the Lacazette news. I might as well talk about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So, as we kind of all suspected, Aubameyang's deal, apparently he's imminently about to sign. Now, I know you've heard this for weeks, but suddenly this done the rounds like this week about Aubameyang signing his new deal. So I'm guessing Arsenal like to make these sort of announcements on Mondays and Fridays usually. So maybe expect it tomorrow that you'll see some sort of news about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang signing a new deal. For me, great news. We can't replace his goals. The types of people that are going to take his mantelpiece will be someone like a Martinelli, if it was up to me, and Edouard as well. And you need to give those guys a couple of years to learn from him before he eventually steps away from the club. 3-year deal just makes sense. There is a lot of dispute as to what he's going to be paid. Some people insist that it's $250 a week, but that the type of bonuses he's getting, it will eventually rise. Some people say from day one of the new deal, he will be getting £375,000 a week. I'm going to be honest with you, even if it's £400,000 a week, this is a motherfucker that justifies it. Just like you would not have seen me bat an eyelid if we gave Alexis Sanchez £400,000 a week. That's a motherfucker that justifies it. So, in my view, whatever he's getting paid, brother, enjoy it. Let's just put your John Hancock down on that contract, please, so we can get going and get moving and move on from this subject. Again, what do you guys think? Let me know. Leave it in the comments below or leave it in the chat room. By the way, speaking of comments below, guys, I am working with YouTube on this. For some unusual reason, I have bots attacking my comment section. I am aware of it. Mods, you still have the power to block those people. So if you see random, stupid comments from things that obviously look like bots, block them. Don't wait for my permission. Block them. It'd be helpful if you did that. All right? Instead of commenting to me like, Chief, do you realize? Yeah, I realize that, brother. I've had about 5 or 6 of them comments. Yeah, I realize, brother. You're a mod. Help me. Help me. Anyway. 302 people watching. Once again, please do stick a like on this video. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Please drill that like button. 302 people, mad at this time of the night. So that's fantastic. Let's keep it going. Let's talk about Alexandre Lacazette. So following this news to do with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, it's almost as though Alex Lacazette was waiting for what was going to happen to Aubameyang. It seems as though now he is very interested in leaving Arsenal. So much so, to quote this newspaper, he is delighted with the interest that Atletico Madrid are showing in him. Because obviously Atletico Madrid are one of the teams very interested in him, as are supposedly Juventus. I've told you guys before, for me, would I be unhappy if Lacazette stayed? No. I still think he's a decent player. But having said that, this is the time to sell him. This is the time to sell him. He's 29 years old. He's got 2 years left on his deal. He's coming off a pretty iffy season. Somehow he's still being valued at 40 million. If you can get 40 million for him, you sell him. If you can get Thomas Partey for him, you sell him. If you can get Hossein Aouar for him, yeah, I heard about that Lyon story. That Lyon were chasing him hard in January because he wasn't playing a lot of football. You can get Aouar for him, you sell him. I'm not interested in any other swap deal. I don't know about you guys. I'm not interested in any other swap deal that doesn't involve something like that. That involves one of our key targets. But again, what do you guys think? That's the important thing. Am I crazy? Am I mad with that? Like I said, I think with Lacazette, I like him. I still do like him. I still think he'll do a job. If you had to ask me, Chick, who would you prefer to trust throughout a season? Eddie Nketiah heading up the attack, or Lacazette? It'd be Lacazette without even me thinking about it. Because keep in mind, people, for those of you screaming Martinelli, he's out till the new year. I hate to burst that bubble. My man's injured until January. So I think you need that option. You need an extra option out there. Who would it be? Who would it be for you guys? Again, let me know. Leave it in the comments below. Now, I don't really want to comment too much about this story because I keep seeing it and I keep ignoring it, and I've never really spoken about it. But I'm going to show you how dismissive I'm going to be of this story here. Arsenal are being linked with a move, believe it or not. What is his name? I forgot. I've lost the story. Arsenal are being linked with a move for. Okay, hold on. There's a couple of news stories that popped up here, which is confusing me. God, that's gracious. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. There we go. There you go. This is why I dismissed it in my head and I closed the story down. Arsenal are being linked with a move for Antonio Griezmann. Yeah. Anyway, next story. I'm not even going to give it weight. I'm not even going to give it weight. Because Arsenal are scramping and slaving to try and get Partey done. What makes me think they're going to be able to get even a loan deal for Griezmann done? No chance of that. I think that is pretty much it. Let me just keep looking very, very quickly. Guys, once again, amazing that over 300 of you are watching this. Please do stick a like on the video. Hit that subscribe button already as we keep this thing moving. Yeah, so Villa are expected to complete the Emi Martinez deal by Monday, supposedly. So I imagine if that's the case, Martinez won't be in the squad. Instead, he'll probably be watching his new team on the stands and then sign the contract over the weekend. The deal gets announced on Monday. That's typically how these things roll. Yeah, I think that is pretty much it. So what do you guys think ultimately? Let me know. I'm going to come into the chat room and see what you lot are saying. If you lot do click off, please remember, do hit that like button as you get up out of here. I do this every single weekday, so you do not miss out. And hit that subscribe button and hit the join button if you haven't already. Steph, I see you active, which means the other half must be active in here. So let me see what you lot are saying. Old news chick, yeah. Griezmann writes the stuff. This is bullshit. Hold on. Oh dear. Hi, mate. Do you reckon the chances of us signing Awar are high? I think they're low, to be honest. I've always said it. Dale Zeno. I've always said it. For me, I just feel like it's a difficult transfer to pull off. Added to the fact that I don't think that he's really shown a lot of interest in joining Arsenal specifically. You know, he's been flattered by the Man City thing. Man City are sniffing about. I think it's a matter of time before he comes in and essentially shows interest. Very bad news by Arsenal. If we sell our better keeper, exactly. You guys seem on point. Is Boy Wonder in here? Like, see, a lot of people say Leah. I can't actually find him unless someone's actually blocked him. 129 likes. Guys, do something about that. Help me out. Help me out here. Do something about that. Arsenal are so stupid. Martinez has been levels above. It's funny, you know, because it seems like you lot get it. But as soon as you bring that argument to Twitter, oh, well, Arteta must know what he's doing. You know, it's about being ruthless. No, because the ruthless thing would be going with your form keeper. That, to me, is what I see as ruthless. You getting rid of your form guy seems kind of stupid. Doesn't seem ruthless. But what do I know? Chig, chances of us getting Awar and Party out of 10? 3. Straight up, 3. When is Kolasinac Mustafi leaving? Well, the weekend, well, the season starts on Saturday. So you lot tell me. You lot tell me. Oh, yes, of course. I forgot to talk about Bellerin and Barcelona. So I did spoke about this yesterday a little bit because that's when the story kind of broke. But that Barcelona are heavily trying to go for Hector Bellerin. Unfortunately for us, in the meantime, one of his more... Let's stop sharing this. One of his more keen suitors, which was PSG, excuse me, have actually opted to sign an alternative right back. That alternative right back is Alessandro Florenzi, which I think it's from Roma. Is he Roma? Yeah, anyway, they've signed him on loan. What PSG wanted to do with Bellerin was they wanted to sign him on loan first, and then they wanted to agree on obligatory fee for him at the end of that loan. Also, like, bun that shit. We need money now. Which, to be honest, I can kind of understand. Just because I want Bellerin gone, I can understand the thought process of saying we can't loan everybody. We need cash at some point. So I can kind of see a thought process, but damn, couldn't negotiate with him any better than that. You had to drive him away completely. Now we have to hope that Barcelona, who by the way need to sell before they buy Bellerin, and their first priority is Depay. Memphis Depay. So I don't know. The Bellerin thing, I think, is going to be a last-minute decision. And because it's a last-minute decision, I honestly can see Arsenal being like, oh, well, it's easier to get rid of Uzi Maitland-Niles than it is to get rid of our precious lover boy. So we'll keep the humanitarian because he's bringing us so much good PR with him investing in Bristol Road or whatever Rovers team he invested in. He's become a vegan. He's doing everything but football, as far as I can tell. Flip's sake, I can't stand that guy. I can't stand that guy. AFC desperately need a Suarez, a fantastic player. I'd take him in a heartbeat. Normally, this is the sort of buy where Lee would say that he wants him, and I'd take the piss out of him. Let me tell you something. If we were to lose Lacazette and Suarez is to become available, even at 33, I'd take him in a heartbeat. He'll give you 12 months of decent finishing. 100%. Carter, instead of saying I butchered a name, tell me what name I butchered. You think I didn't see you? I see you. Like, big surprise. Chid butchers a name. What name did I butcher? Bid 20 million and £1. Do you know what I mean? 100%. 100%. Gunner ain't here. Gunner's here. He's listening. I know he is. Suarez is on $450 a week. Bro, at 33, you take pay cuts. Especially if he's going to come to it. He already wanted to come to Arsenal once. I know Liverpool fans don't like to talk about that. But he wanted to come to Arsenal once. He'd take a pay cut. He'd take a pay cut to come to Arsenal if we were serious. How is Awar pronounced? Well, you just heard me pronounce it. I've answered this a couple of times, Mark, but Partey for me. Partey, 100%, 100%. Do you think we got money in the bank? Again, I've kind of answered this before. My honest opinion is this, and this is my general opinion. I've seen people's rants about this, and I've seen it both sides of the coin. And I hate to do the whole sitting on the fence thing. I think there's somewhere in the middle. I don't think you can look at I don't think any business of any type can look at their situation over the course of what has happened this year and think, oh, they're flush. They can't. But at the same time, do I think that us becoming Bolton Wanderers all of a sudden is the true story which papers like to paint? No, I don't think we're Bolton Wanderers. I do think we have some cash. I think Arsenal's intention is to try and complete both deals, which is why they feel like they need cash. Because both deals for any club would be expensive. Because if what Leon is saying is right and they won't budge from their price, Atletico Madrid won't budge for their price. So we're looking at £110 million. That's a lot of dough. That's a lot of dough. So do I think we have £110 million just sitting there waiting to spend on players? Not necessarily. But the one thing that the Pepe thing should have taught everybody is that Arsenal are very comfortable with the narrative being Arsenal have no money. They're very comfortable with that. It suits them. I remember Ornstein said that once, and someone else said that once. That narrative suits them down to the ground because it helps them supposedly with negotiations. So I don't think we're this pauper club, no, but I don't think we're flush with cash either. Oh my gosh. I'm actually going to ignore people that say, actually, it's not a war, it's aware. It's said like this with the proper clues. And do you know who I'm talking about, though? This is what I'm trying to say. Do you know who I'm talking about? Acting like people have not said awar this entire time, but I'm apparently saying it really in a really special way. Come on, stop it. Behave, guys. You know who I'm talking about. Like I used to hardy har about it when I really badly get it wrong. But you know I'm not badly getting it wrong a while. You lot are just taking the piss. Chig, do you not believe that Awar will not come? Or do you not want to believe it? Both. Both, AFC. Both. I think when this story originally came up, ask anyone in the chat who's a long-term subscriber of mine, I immediately said bullshit. I didn't believe it because they're a good lot, but they do have their moments. But they're a good lot. They're a good lot. No, but back to AFC. Yeah, I think what was I saying? Yeah. I feel like when that story initially came up, it was kind of a case of, oh, well, you know, I just felt like, well, he's never really said that he is interested in coming to Arsenal. Why would he? And that's what sometimes I do base it on, because the Partey thing, I'll tell you what, let me compare the two. When Partey came out, originally, I did not dismiss it because I understood that African players view Arsenal in a very high regard. And I remember when I first said that, you lot were like, no, well, actually, in Africa, like I don't know Africa. Actually, in Africa, Arsenal are not viewed in that high of a regard. I'm like, how the heck would you know? Like I'm telling you, as someone originally from Africa who has family in Africa, they still view Arsenal as a big deal. They do. They just do. So the idea that a Ghanaian would want to come to Arsenal is not outrageous. Just like the idea of a Frenchman wanting to come to Arsenal is not outrageous. I kind of knew that. But you lot were very dismissive. But in my mind, I kept thinking, there's a chance. There's a chance. That my only doubt with the Partey thing was not so much that he would leave a Champions League football club for us, but that would Arsenal step up to the plate to get him. I've always made that clear. I've always been very consistent in regards to that. Partey has been different because I understand he's French. So people are going to say, but he's French though. So that's why I don't immediately dismiss it. But he's never really, there's never been any history of him commenting Arsenal, liking Arsenal. Usually these French players love to say a little something about Arsenal or Wenger. Or he's never said anything like that. I've looked through his history. He's never done anything like that. He's never had any desire to watch Arsenal, play for Arsenal. There's been none of that. Even throughout the time, bear in mind, we've been linked with Aouar for a couple of years now. People forget this. We've been long-term admirers of this guy. And there's never been a time where he's even remotely said, I'm interested in this deal. So that's kind of why I'm like, damn, John, flipping heck. I've just seen that comment. That's why, for me, I'm kind of at the point now in my head where I'm just like, he's an excellent player, and like Partey, is the type of player, the exact type of player we need, which is probably why we're going to screw this up. That's always been my MO when it comes to Aouar. Not to mention the fact that the guy cost 60 million euros. Between Partey that cost 50 million euros, him that cost 60 million euros, that's 110 million euros. Do you think Arsenal have 110 million euros lying around? I have my doubts. Like I could hear Lee going, yeah, but these things are done in long-term commitments. I get you. Even as a long-term commitment, I just don't see them spending that on two players unless we have some sort of money coming in. We have our own long-term investment coming in, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Because, yes, you're right. These deals are long-term investments. They are done over a number of years. But at the end of the day, regardless of if you play it all straight away or pay it all over 5 years, unless you actually have money coming in, then how exactly are you meant to pay for these deals? We don't have this endless pot of cash, is essentially what I'm trying to say. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. But do I think that we're poor? No, I don't. I don't think that we're so poor that we need 20 million to compete Partey. Because to be honest, I don't think Arsenal are viewing this thing as an either or. I think they want both players. So if they want both players, they're going to need to stack some cash. And I ain't going to lie to you guys, I kind of want us to get both players because it will be very interesting seeing what Arsenal do with the precious Granit Xhaka if we get both players. Because someone is going to lose their place. Someone's going to lose their place. Supposedly, Sabas has not come to us to sit on the bench. Spending 60 million euros, Aouar has not come to us to sit on the bench. Partey, for me, is a must. And then you've got the precious Granit Xhaka. So one of these things does not fit. Someone is going to lose out. All right. Couple more questions. Give me 5 minutes. 5 more minutes, and I'm out of here. Joanne, let's see you go. Chick, this is a bad start to the season. Coco the Clown has started up his circus again. So it's at selling players. We needed players sold, but flip it, heck. Why did this have to be one of our better ones? Aubameyang at his best or Sanchez at his best? Oh. Damn you, Anthony. Damn you. I'm trying my best to not say Sanchez, but I keep coming back to Sanchez. Even though I know Sanchez was not as prolific, but I think at his very best, he would have given us, like when I think about our Arsenal team now, how much would Aubameyang reap the rewards of Alexis Sanchez at his best, peeling off that left wing? At his best. So yeah. That's tough though. Oh, that's tough. That is tough. Because Aubameyang guarantees you more than 20 goals in a Premier League season. And them type of strikers are rare. So that is tough. That's tough. But I would say Sanchez. Just about. But that's Alexis at his best. Not the dip that he had before he left. At his best. Chig, would I swap Gwen? Absolutely not. I said this earlier, Stephen. I'd keep Guendouzi. If that's the choice, I'd keep Guendouzi. Sanchez would love it now at Arsenal, in my opinion. Alexis Sanchez scored nearly 20 goals every season, to be fair. Yep, he did. Grabbed a hell of assist as well. Couple more questions and I'm out of here. 3 more minutes. Just to give you guys an idea of my schedule. Well, I've got my preview tomorrow for Arsenal Fulham. I suppose it's my season preview, I guess. So do check that out. We'll talk about the lack of business Arsenal have done and where I think Arsenal will end up finishing. Because it's good to check those videos come the end of the season. So that's the plan. Feel free to join the membership as always. I know I owe you guys a bunch of stuff, so I'm going to fulfill that over the weekend. Cheap Flicks, I've got a couple more reviews coming out for you. Just finishing The Punisher, literally just before I came on here. Just finishing The Punisher's 2nd season. I know I'm late. I'm going to do the review of that. Do a review of a couple of other things as well. Combat Show on Friday returns. So make sure you catch that. Got a lot of MMA and boxing stuff to talk about, including, are they really going to make Deontay Wilder a new division just to keep a belt on him? So do keep an eye out for that. So that's on Friday. The links to all these channels, by the way, are in the description below. And sorry, one thing I'm not plugging enough. I've set up a fantasy football league, guys. You know I told you guys that a while ago? Well, I've set it up. It's up and running. The link to that is in the description below right now, including the code. Why is that relevant to you? Well, I'm putting money up. So the first place gets £100. Second place gets £80. Third place gets 60. Fourth place gets 40. Fifth place gets £20. I'm giving you guys money. What's going on? So make sure you join that. I'm entering my own league. But just because, even if I finish first, because I'm going to whoop all your asses anyway. So when I finish first, I'll still hand it down to the second place person. Because that's just what I'm doing. That's just what I like doing. So make sure you do enter that. It's free to enter. So do feel free to join the league. I think that's pretty much it. Joanne, almost finished watching it. Again. AJ, you've definitely joined late, brother. But I think you need to rewind the video because I focus a lot of that beginning on your question right now. All right, one more question. I'm out of here. And then, guys, as you guys click off this, just do me one favor before you go. Just hit that like button. I know I keep banging on about it, and you're like, ooh. It does help. It does help. Jose, I did see your comment before I clicked off. See, listen to the lady. Don't listen to me. Listen to the lady. Jose, I did see your comment before you left yesterday, and you were devastated about Bellerin joining Barcelona, which would be hilarious. Especially if we're able to stuff you guys for once for money. Take him. Please take him. 35 mil? Shit. Bargain. Best right back in the league. Can you rate all the Arsenal goalkeepers in the last 10 years? Oh, man. What a horrible question. All right. Out of 10, I'm going to go Martinez 7, Leno 6. I'm trying to think of all the keepers now. Szczesny had the potential to be an 8. I'm going to say a 7. Jens a 7. Seaman, for his entire Arsenal career, I've got to say he was probably an 8 for his entire Arsenal career. Meninga, yeah, I remember Meninga. I'm going to say a 5. He had a really good start and then just slipped. Almuna a 3. What's that brother that went to, the Italian keeper that went to Sunderland? I forgot his name. A 2. I actually thought it was worse than Almuna. I thought it was worse. I can't think of anyone else. I know of other people. I know of other keepers, but I don't really remember them for enough sustained period to rate them. But that's a little snapshot. It's a little snapshot. Benone, that's the one. Oh, Ospina. I'll give Ospina a 5. I just didn't like Ospina's height. That was the thing. And the funny thing is, he was 6 foot, but he played like he was a smaller guy. All right. I hope you guys listen to Steffi. Steph in the building. I hope you guys are well. Guys, please do take care. Enjoy your Thursday. If I don't speak to you again, enjoy your weekend. I'll be back again tomorrow with a preview. And who knows, if Aubameyang makes an announcement, you might see me twice tomorrow. And I've also got the combat show. So, Czech. I'll give Czech a 6. I forgot about Czech. Straight up. Fabianski, a 6. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do a video about this one day. I'll explain why I'm rating these people that amount. Macy a 4. All right, guys. I'm out of it. Enjoy your weekend. I'll be back again tomorrow. Take care. Oopsies.